Hi, and welcome to part 20 of Let's Play Brutal Mario with Timeshitters. I've never really played Contra, so...
Interesting.
I'm just giving random facts at this point, at the start of the videos.
Okay, well, we'll see how that goes as a regular feature. I mean, I'm not going to say that this is necessarily stolen, because I think this is one of those things that, like, platforming, anyone can really have. It's a general idea, like jumping. Like, no one really invented jumping. I'm sure somebody did, but nobody can really claim it was their idea.
I love the idea of just sort of... I'm just picturing, like, cavemen, just one going, no, this is my thing, this is how I get around, both feet off the ground simultaneously.
Maybe that's why we all walk now, because somebody, like, coined jumping and was very spiteful with it. No, can't jump.
I like sort of that you think like, oh, I wish I could jump all the time, but I'm stuck with bloody walking with its energy efficiency.
I like to think there were different tribes dedicated to different modes of transport. There were the crawlers, the walkers, the jumpers.
The gallopers didn't last long.
No. Nor did the rooted to the spot people.
They evolved and became trees. I think this could be like Shocking Arrow Lifts, which is the first star of Wet Dry World in Super Mario 64. Because there's lifts that have these arrows on and you stand on them and they move in that direction.
Could be. I was thinking platform perils from Donkey Kong, but they look more like the Mario 64 ones on reflection. So
I just know Mario 64 very well, because that's also the game I did in the aforementioned Gameathon.
You did a full run?
It's a 120 star run, yeah. It takes me about 5 hours to do it, which I know probably isn't that impressive by internet standards, but I'm pretty happy with it.
Internet standards are pretty high though.
Especially when you've been awake for 20 hours. Like.
Yeah, I'm like... I wanted to take part, unfortunately I couldn't because of other things, but wow, I mean, I'm still impressed that you did it, you know what I mean?
It's just, what's really depressing as well is, like, my most hated level in that game by far is TikTok Clock.
Oh god, and it's right near the end, isn't it?
Yeah, like, this, I can't really, I mean, I guess I could, like, once I hit the old 50 star point, I could just go and get it out of the way, I suppose, but... And Tiny Huge Island's a pain, but it's not as big a pain.
So,
sorry, I keep going off on
tangent. No, it's fine. Like,
so this is heart-shaped. I think it looks a bit... from an outline, I would honestly say that's Majora's Mask.
Well, when I beat this sort of first form, it kind of goes... Like, the whole screen goes white and there's like a silhouette of it. And it looks so much like it, it's indisputable. And I almost expected that to be the second form of the boss, and it'd be really scary. I think it would be, just to see like those big horrible eyes.
Majora's Mask is so underrated. Like, it's such a creepy game, and just the mask itself is so
just horrifying.
Weird, yeah.
Like near the start in the sort of Clock City or Clock Town, even like in the first part of the game, like when you're the Deku Squib, you confront Skull Kids when the moon's about to crash down. And like he screams at the moon in this really blood-curdling way, and it's just really dramatic, and it's just, you know, you're playing a very dark game when that happens. I mean, if you didn't know already, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
See, this confusion makes my controls inverted, and I take a hit and I just mess up. Blah. Rubbish. So let's just take care of business. See, that looks so much like Majora's Mask. I'm expecting the eyes to appear and it to be just terrifying. But no.
I think we should LP that, actually.
Mask.
Because I think it's so underrated, and I've got lots to say on it. Like, I honestly think, and I've got lots of artistic, wanky reasons why it's as good as Ocarina of Time.
I think it's massively underrated, and I think it's as good, if not better. Oh, well, I mean, yeah, I don't know. I mean, like, if I had to play one again, it would be Majora's Mask, because I just think it would be more fun. I'm not saying this is necessarily the better game, but I'd rather play it now. Given that I've played both. If I had to play one again, Mask.
It's a dark subversion of Ocarina of Time, and I think people often forget that.
Yeah. Can
you just repeatedly hit him? No, you can only hit him once.
Yeah. Now you've got to get rid of one of these. This is the sort of counter attack he does, which is his dark attack. You have to like stomp one of those like black blobs and stay there. Otherwise, you can't avoid that attack. You have to construct a way of getting around it.
Oh, okay.
But once you get the pattern for this boss, it's mainly just a case of making sure you get the timings right. Oh, rubbish.
Unlucky.
Yeah, when it comes to the ice, you want to be jumping, because you won't get unfrozen until that fire has hit you or missed you. So when you go that blue, jump, and that's the way you survive. and don't be on the ground or you'll get quake stomped. Jump on the sword, hit him on the head.
Simple.
Now this is how you do this. You jump on that one. Oh, I did it wrong, but you get what I was trying to do.
You don't get much time, although I think you're best off going for the right hand one since they seem to go left to right.
Oh, good point. But
little piece of advice for people who are playing not in the past.
Alright.
That was a bit of a glitch.
Yeah, did you see the ice there for a second?
Visual.
And there we go. I avoided the dark attack.
So yeah, there seems to be I'm not sure if you want to read any particularly ideological reason into this, but there's often a focus in video games on bosses fighting with hands. Do you know what I mean? Like giant floating hands.
Mm-hmm. It's very, very common. You see it all the time.
You don't get it with legs, for instance.
No. Well, not legs stand alone. At least. If you got legs, you got hands.
Do you think that's meant to be some sort of bastardized reflection of the player as sort of a disembodied mind and hands?
I never did think that before, but it's a very interesting thought. It makes a lot of sense.
I think I should write all these down in a book and then
and then burn it.
After the inevitable killing spree, they'll read it going, oh, maybe we could have prevented this if we read these before.
The inevitable killing spree. You heard it here first, people. For archivists and historians of the future, this is what you'll be referencing. As I giggle.
You'll be the first to go.
I know I will. I'll drive you to it.
I said I'd kill you last, Jack.
Oh, thanks.
I lied.
Oh.
So, can you get hit with either of the Marios now?
I believe so, yeah. I think one of them is real, the other one isn't, but you can't tell which, so you got to just take your bets.
You got to treat it as if they're both real.
Because I thought maybe I would be truly in the middle, but as that sword proves, I'm on the right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm definitely on the right, but I had no way of knowing that initially. So, there's definitely some sense of theme here, because the red one is definitely fire, the green one's like illusion, the black one's like darkness, and all that kind of stuff. So finally, we beat Majora's Mask, as I'm going to call them. Very nice.
Lovely. I mean, and that was just a standard level as well.
That was just a level.
A bloody long one.
And that was only the
standard
exit, so gotta go back and... The secret exit is harder to find than it is to actually do, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Like once you find out where it is, there's no demon wall boss, for example. It's just a case of making it possible to get into. So we're back in this sort of platform section, as I remember, viewers with good memories will remember. So I just got to get there. I just thought I'd include the entire video from the start of that section in case anyone wants to use this as a reference or a guide. As well they might.
Nice purple sky in the background there reminds me of aesthetically slightly of Killer Instinct, which is a beat 'em up by Rare.
It is one of their worst games, I think.
One of their worst games? I think that's the first Rare game I had, actually.
Well, one of their worst games when they were still Rare, good Rare. Like, bad Rare is bad Rare. Like Nuts and Bolts, nah. Not a fan.
I don't think anyone is.
I was hugely disappointed with it. So if we get this platform here, we can actually enter this door.
And we get...
Kinderlock.
Kinderlock.
Which is surprisingly standard for this section, but I'm not complaining. And that gets us another Star Road entrance. But I'm saving those, as I've said before.
So the Hall of Dragons.
The Hall of Dragons.
The Dragonic Hall. I love the word Dragonic, it's a great word.
So, you'll still notice...
This is Battletoads. I'm certain it is. It looks just like it.
Oh, may well be.
I don't think it is, but it looks a lot like it. No, it's definitely not like Dragon Heads though. But the land looks like Battletoads.
It does indeed.
Don't know what those dragons are from.
Me neither, actually. But there's 4 different varieties. There's the green one, which does like a bit of a guile flashed kick. Red one just fires fireballs, yellow one fires...
Staples, by the look of things.
Hammers. And the blue one fires ice breath, which will freeze you on contact, as per the ice hazards in this game.
We still seem to have the RPG mechanic going.
It's still present for this level, yeah. And very much needed, I feel, as well. Well, not needed, I mean, you could definitely do this without taking damage, but
Do you control this platform?
no.
Okay.
It's on one of those little wires, cables, whatever you want to call them.
I'd quite like to see that, actually. That'd be cool, wouldn't it? If they had one of these platforms, but you controlled it depending on which way Mario was... So if you pressed right, it would start going right. You know, like the coin trails, but if it was with platforms, that'd be cool, wouldn't it?
That'd be cool. And it could be potentially very difficult, because obviously you're trying to dodge things and control the platform.
There you go. There's an idea for you, level designers. I'll give you that one for free.
Yeah, no royalties on that one.
That's what I do, Jack. I give them the first one, then they message me, and it's basically part of a pyramid scheme.
So, cleared that little bit. Just thought I'd
This guy
stay
seems to be
there.
giving you issues.
That little section did give me issues, it was just a little bit annoying. So here we have to choose the path wisely.
Oh god, I hate these things. They're so pointless.
At least in this one, if you get it wrong, like you only get to make one mistake. It's not like it's completely horrible. Some of them are terrible. This is very Cooper Brothers-esque. In the sense that there's 4 coloured enemies. Each with a
This seems to
different
be a
ability.
recurring theme of this game. Is
4
the,
colours.
Yeah, the 4 colours, or I guess you could read them as the elements, I suppose.
Definitely something
Fire,
that,
ice, and like the hammer, the sort of the guile kick attack can be air, and the hammers are sort of quite earthy.
yeah, so like it's definitely something that was on. I think the game designer did this in like spurts of mood, like depending on what ideas they had at the time. Like early on, it was very standard levels. I mean, very early on, it was just standard levels. And as we go on, like we have Kirby, we have Mega Man. It was very lucky. I was very satisfied with that.
Like I mean, one general piece of advice I'd give to level designers, and I mean this may sound somewhat out of the blue, given I don't really do these sorts of things, but always plan out what you want your level to be like. Like coming up with the principles behind it and the ideas behind it is way more important than just having one idea, starting to make a level and going, right, what am I going to do next? Because that will just be disjointed and disappointing.
To see more examples of good level design, see us in the next video.